Mark, fantastic to get 3 points today, but your boys left it late.
No, they left it late, but I thought we were good for long periods. We dominated the ball possession-wise, which doesn't mean a great deal without the end product, so to speak. But first half we were good, moved it sharply around their box and didn't get the rewards. A little dip, 5-10 minutes after half time, but again they stuck to the task. You know, they sense the frustration, but what they have to do is believe in what they do, and they're an honest group of players, and they more than got the rewards today. I mean, it was a thoroughly deserved victory, but as it was late, but it comes.
It was an incredibly one-sided game, really, when you look back at it. But was there times later on where you thought this might not be your day?
No, it is a frustration, but I think you have to look at how they're a good team, Dundee. You know, they're very well organised, very well managed, and they were hard to break down. It's tough to break down 9-10 men behind the ball, but we worked them really hard. Every time we kept moving it, and I think sometimes you can look at the opposing team and they were giving the ball away second half because they were so tired, because we had worked them and we had moved the ball quickly, and the reward came late. You know, but we had so many chances. That, as I say, you can say about being more clinical, but it's a good 3 points and a well-deserved 3 points today.
We just spoke to Andy Halliday there, and he said it was nice to get a wee bit of luck for a change, and that's the way it turned out. It was, in saying that though, it was a fantastic goal. Yeah,
it was a good goal, and Clinton Hill said exactly the same, actually walking off the pitch. And maybe in recent weeks we haven't had the luck some of the performances deserved. But no, that was really pleasing. But they're a great group. The unity within the group is so strong, and their desire to take the club forward is evident, I hope, for everyone to see. So delighted for the players to get the rewards. They've worked hard all week, and now we'll do the same again. We work hard now for next week. Another tough challenge, but we look forward to it.
Harry Forrester, he seems to enjoy playing against Dundee.
He does. He's a good player, Harry. He's had his frustrations. There's no doubt in Harry Forrester's ability. He'll be the first to say maybe his training quality had dipped for a couple of weeks, and the players have got to work hard. You know, there's no lack of effort from Harry, but sometimes the quality he felt had dipped a little bit. He's come back strongly the last few days, and delighted for him. Joe Dodo as well came on. Barry Mackay, obviously almost the first name on the team sheet last season, but young Barry's only 21 years of age. He's been fantastic. He's got a great career ahead of him, but the subs had an impact. The boys that came off had been excellent, no problem with them whatsoever. Delighted for them. And Josh Windass, really delighted. Best half of football, I think, in the first half. But the crowd, he's a young player that's getting his fitness, you know, and we have to work with him. And our job is to make sure he can maintain that quality over 90 minutes, and that's a task. And he's getting there. But I thought today he was very good in patches.
Yeah. You obviously brought Josh Windass off, as you say, but great to see that the three substitutes have the impact that they did have.
Yeah, they did, and as I say, I heard the crowd reaction when you take Josh off, but maybe they have to look a little bit deeper. And the fact is, as I say, he's a young player who's had some niggling injuries, and our job is to make sure, as I say, that he can produce that level of performance week in, week out. You look at it like what's happening Harry. Harry's our job right now is a very effective substitute. What we have to do is make sure Harry wants to be a 90-minute player. That's shame for all the players, and Craig Flanagan and the team here. Medical boys are working so hard, and the players will get there. There's no doubt in their work ethic, but we have to look after the young players, and the people like Jason Holt, young Barry Mackay. These are 21, 22-year-olds. So make sure we look after them, and they've got a big career ahead of the club, I'm sure.
What does that victory do for the dressing room? Coming back off the international break, it would have been really disappointing if it had just been a draw today. Yeah,
it would have been disappointing because they've delivered another good performance. You know, they've fallen from Kilmarnock at home to today and delivered that performance. So the dressing rooms, obviously it's 3 important points, but they stuck their principles, they moved the ball well, and they've trained well all week. And we always say that the game on the Saturday, the performance on the Saturday is a consequence of how hard we work, and there's no doubt how hard they work this week. So now we're in good shape. As I say, looking forward now to the next fixture, just one at a time, one game at a time, tick them off, just prepare, only focus for that next game, that next fixture, and if we can do that, we'll be in a good place.
Yeah, as you say, you've got a busy schedule of big games coming up, but it must be reassuring to know that you've got the bench that you did have today, the players that are so desperate and hungry to get on the pitch.
Yeah, very much, and you look at our 19th man today with Philippe Sendwas, with an outstanding CV, a technically outstanding player. Philippe is desperate to get back. He had a couple of niggling injuries. He went and played with the 20s, as did Danny Wilson, as did Martin Waghorn, except Bay Mackay and whatever else, and Crooksey, desperate to get in. So young Jordan's not far away now as well. Nico's obviously longer term, but he can have an influence in terms of his knowledge being passed on and relayed to the boys. So now the squad's in good shape, and there's no doubt in the games coming up, between now and the end of the year, we're going to need all of the squad.